Break the board, sports. Here we go on a Friday on the ice. Click that like, hit subscribe, going through all the hockey stuff. Now, listen, we're skipping that Tampa Bay Detroit game because the puck's about to drop in that. Gonna run through this. Still got 14 games on the slate. So let's try to get through them again. Click that like, hit subscribe. First one, New York Rangers at the Boston Bruins. Rangers laying $1.40 plus 120 on the comeback for the Bruins. 46% of tickets, 43% of the handle on the visiting Rangers, 54% of tickets, 57% of the handle on the Boston Bruins. That over under sets at 5.5. It's got 75% of tickets, 66% of the handle going to the over, 25% ticket count, 34% of the handle going to the under 5.5. Now, Rangers just 2-4 straight up their last six, but they're 7-3 on the road. Rangers been much better on the road than at home. We've documented that throughout the year. Boston is 10-4 over their last 14, and Boston's been really good at home. 6-1 straight up their last seven at home. They've played well against Eastern Conference foes. 9-2 the last 11, but the Rangers have gotten the better of the Bruins over the last six meetings. They are 5-1 the last six matchups with the Bruins. Rangers come in 12-11-2 straight up, 13-12 on the puck line. Bruins 14-11 straight up, 18-7 on the puck line. Bruins, one of the best teams in hockey there on the puck line. Also, we always talk about, we put together these little parlays with the alt puck lines. I like Bruins plus 2.5 if you're putting one of those together today. Again, Rangers 10-4-1 on the road. Bruins 8-4 at home. These two teams haven't played yet this year. They've split the last 10 matchups between them. For me, it's a no play because the Rangers have been so good on the road. Bruins kind of been up and down in stretches, but they've been solid all year. Again, if you're putting one of those 3-4 team alt puck line totals or money lines, you're just trying to get a 4-team even money, a little bit of plus money because you're trying to pick up a unit. Boston plus 2.5 be my lean there. But as far as the side, nothing else. A game I really like today, Colorado Avalanche at the Minnesota Wild. Now, look, the Avalanche are laying $1.85 plus 155 on the comeback for the Wild. Your over-under set 6.5. 58% ticket count, 53% of the handle to the under. 42% of ticket count, 47% of the handle to the over. Now, as far as the sides go, the minus 185 on the road for the Avalanche is taking 82% of tickets, 75% of the handle, 18% of ticket count, 25% of the handle is taking the plus 155 home team Minnesota Wild. Now, Colorado, 10 straight consecutive wins for them, but the Wild come in on their own little streak. They've won 6 in a row. Wild are also 6-1 straight up their last 7 games at home. The Avalanche on this run, 5-1 their last 6 on the road. And then you got their 6-2 the last 8 versus the Minnesota Wild. Wild under 6 of their last 8 games overall is what the Minnesota Wild have played to. Listen, huge win streak coming in here for the Colorado Avalanche. When you look inside of this, Avalanche 17-1-5. This team's been absolutely incredible, been lights out all year long. Clearly, right now, the best team in hockey. They're 14-9 on the puck line, 8-1-3 on the road. Now, Wild 7-3-3 at home, 13-7-4 overall, 12-12 on the puck line. Last time out, back last March, 2-1 in a shootout. The Wild got them, but the Avalanche have taken 7 of the last 10 against the Wild. They've just been all over them. And again, most of these games on this 10-game win streak for the Avalanche they've just been incredible. They're also 15-1 over their last 16. Again, the Avalanche just incredible here, but I think it ends. I think it ends here today. Give me the Minnesota Wild plus at R55. I like them in this spot. Click that like, hit subscribe. Moving on to the next game on the board, we got the Florida Panthers hosting the Calgary Flames. Now, the Panthers laying at R85 plus 155 on the comeback for the Flames. And the Panthers are getting all the ticket count and all the money. 92% ticket count, 76% of the handle going to the Florida Panthers. 8% of the ticket count, 24% of the handle going to the Calgary Flames in this one. Now, Calgary comes into this slumping just ever so slightly here in this game. But Florida, they've really struggled to get their footing underneath of them. Calgary 3-11 their last 14 on the road, but they're 5-2 the last 7 versus the Panthers. Calgary overall 7-13 their last 20. Panthers come into this again. They haven't been the same Florida Panther team we've been used to seeing past couple years. 12-10-1 straight up, 7-16 on the puck line. One of the worst teams on the puck line in hockey, but they've been much better at home, 8-4-1 than they have on the road. They're coming off that 4-2 loss a couple days ago against the Philadelphia Flyers. They've lost 2 of their last 3, losing to Edmonton and losing to the Flyers. But again, the Panthers have taken 7 of the last 10 against Calgary. To me, it would be Panthers or nothing here. Put them in one of your parlays. Maybe you put that with the Bruins plus 2.5 goals. But for me, just to stay away, I think there's better games on the board. New Jersey Devils at the Buffalo Sabres. Now, this one's minus 110 both ways. 66% of ticket count, 46% of the handle going to the visiting Devils. 34% of ticket count, 54% of the handle going to the home team, Buffalo Sabres. Now, Sabres 5-10 over their last 15 games. The Devils 13-7 over their last 20, but they haven't played as good on the road. Devils 3-6 their last 9 road games, but they are 5-2 the last 7 versus the Sabres. Now, the over, when these two teams have matched up in Buffalo, the over has cashed 11 of the last 13, and Buffalo has played to the over 11 of their last 16 overall. 6 of the last 8 between these two overall have went over the total. Again, that over-under sets at 6.5 in this matchup. When you look into it, the New Jersey Devils 15-7-1 on the year, 9-10-4 are the Buffalo Sabres. But again, Sabres at home, on the road, the Sabres 1-6-2, but at home 8-4-2. Devils have taken 6 of the last 10 matchups. Buffalo coming off that loss to the Penguins in Pittsburgh 4-2. Jersey back-to-back wins against the Devils in the overtime win against the Blues. Nothing here I really want to get into. Again, if you worked something with an alt total to the alt over, kind of following that trend to put it in a parlay or something, but just nothing here I want to get involved in. Montreal Canadiens at the Vegas Golden Knights, and you got to lay out through the nose. But listen, Stone came back for the Knights. They're starting to get some of their players back. Stone scored a goal in his first game back. Knights laying a $1.92 plus 160 on the comeback for the Canadiens. Your over-under sets at 6.5. Now, 67% ticket count, 77% of the handle going to the over 6.5. 33% ticket count, 23% of the handle going to the under. The Knights are accumulating 78% of tickets, 67% of the handle. Overwhelming love for the Knights. 22% ticket handle, 33%, or 22% of tickets, 33% of the ticket handle going to the Montreal Canadiens. Now, look, Canadians in this one are 1-7 the last 8 matchups with Vegas. Canadians 2-5 straight up their last 7 overall, a little bit of a slump. But Vegas, they've been in a heck of a slump. 3-8 over their last 11, 1-5 their last 6 at home. But again, they get Stone back. I think you're going to see Vegas get some legs under them. I think Vegas minus at R92 is the play. Now, I hate laying that kind of a price, but you can put the Vegas Golden Knights money line with the Philadelphia Eagles money line today, get you minus 105. I think that's a good place to set. The over between these two teams has cashed 6 of the last 8 meetings. Vancouver Canucks on the road at the San Jose Sharks. Canucks laying minus 120, minus 105 on the comeback for the Sharks. Your over-under set 6.5. Now, the over-under, huge discrepancies with tickets and money. 35% of ticket count equaling 75% of the handle to the over. 65% of ticket count equaling 25% of the handle going to the under. As far as the side goes, 56% of bets, 63% of the handle going to the hometown Sharks. 44% of ticket count, 37% of the handle going to the visiting Vancouver Canucks in this one. Now, Vancouver here has played tough. We had them the other night in their last matchup, but they're 2-6 overall their last 8, but they've won 5 straight against the Sharks. Sharks and Vancouver, when they meet in San Jose, Vancouver has owned them. 8-1 the last 9 matchups. Now, the over has cashed 7 straight road games for the Canucks and 12 of their last 13 overall. Also, head-to-head, 12 of the last 16 have cashed to the over. So that's something to keep in mind when you're talking about that over under 6. Again, I would look for some kind of alt total there to get you home. Ottawa Senators at the St. Louis Blues, minus 115 on the visiting Senators, minus 105 on the hometown Blues. You're over under 5.5. 81% of ticket count, 75% of the handle to the over, 19% of ticket count, 25% of the handle to the under. Now, far as sides go, 66% of the handle, 66% of the bet, 73% of the handle is on the visiting Senators. 34% of ticket count, 27% of the handle is on the Blues. Now, listen, Blues come into this on the struggle bus. Said this all year. This team should just be better. Ottawa 6-3 their last 9, but the Blues 1-6 straight up their last 7, 2-7 their last 9 home games. Just awful. The under has been the way to go for both of these teams. The under's cashed 4 of the last 5 that Ottawa's played in. It's cashed the last 6 games the Blues have played in overall, and it's cashed 4 of the last 6 that the Senators have played on the road. Even more importantly, when these two teams have met in St. Louis, the under's cashed 5 straight games. So again, under something to look to here. Now, the Senators coming in may just be what the Blues need. They're 10-4 straight up the last 14 matchups with the Senators. Listen, I can't bet this game. And the reason is if I was going to bet, I would bet the Blues. But the Blues have just been so erratic. I can't follow that team right now. They're just all over the place. So no play for me. Los Angeles Kings at the Anaheim Ducks. Now, I think this is going to be one of your better games of the day. May not to bet, but definitely to watch. You're over under 6.5, minus 130 on the visiting Kings, plus 110 on the comeback for the Ducks. 35% of ticket count is equaling 58% of the handle on the Kings. 65% of ticket count equaling 42% of the handle is on the Ducks. Now, the under, 79% of bets, 76% of the handle. The over, 21% of bets, 24% of the handle here is what's stacking up. Now, when you look at this with the Kings and the Ducks, Kings 6-2, their last 8 on the road. They have owned the Ducks. The LA Kings have owned the Ducks. The only thing about this stat before I throw it out, got to remember the Ducks are playing phenomenal hockey this year, so it's a different Ducks team. But the Kings have taken 12 of the last 14 against the Ducks, 12-2 straight up against the Ducks are the Kings. Kings 6-2, their last 8 on the road. Now, the Ducks, we talked about they're a different team this year. 12-6 their last 18 games, 7-2 at home. But again, when they've played the Kings at home, just 1-7 here. When you dive in a little further, Kings come in 11-6-6, 11-12 on the puck line. Ducks 14-8-1. Ducks are 8-3 at home on the year. Now, these two teams have yet to play this year. Ducks lost their last time out, 5-4 to the Canucks. We had the Canucks in that game. And then the Kings, their last time out, got the 2-1 win over Ottawa, snapping a 3-game losing streak. I would actually, again, I know the trends have favored the Kings, but again, I think this is a different Ducks team. Not going to make a play, but if I did, I would take the Ducks, the home team, at plus money. Finally, getting into a game that I'm going to bet. You got the New York Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, the Islanders are laying at R40, plus 120 on the comeback for the Flyers. You're over under at 5.5. 74% of tickets is only equaling 35% of the handle on the over. Seems like public. 26% of ticket count equaling 65% of the handle on the under. Seems like a little bit more pro money there. Now, as far as the side, Islanders laying at R40 again, 65% of ticket count, 70% of the handle. As to where 35% of ticket count equaling 30% of the handle is on the Philadelphia Flyers. So let's break this one down just a little bit more, shall we? New York, they've been really solid at home here so far. 7-3 over their last 10 games overall. The Flyers have been god-awful on the road. 5-13 their last 18 road games. However, the Flyers are 4-2 over their last 6 games overall. Against the Islanders has not fared well. The Flyers are just 6-14 their last 20 games against the Islanders. 4 of the last 6 have went over the total for the Flyers. The Islanders have played to 7 straight unders. Again, Islanders 7-3 over their last 10. But here's just something else to throw out there. Flyers come in 12-7-3 straight up. 13-9-2 straight up are the Islanders. But these two teams just met last month, October 25th. Flyers won in Philly 4-3 in a shootout. They've actually won the past two meetings between these two teams 4-3 in a shootout. I'm going to be playing the New York Islanders on the money line Mazadar for you today. I think that gets home. Next game on the board, Toronto Maple Leafs at the Washington Capitals. Now, Capitals laying at R60, plus 135 for the Maple Leafs, who have Matthews back. You're over under 6.5. 48% of tickets equaling 66% of the handle on the over. 52% of tickets equaling 34% of the handle to the under. Now, it's all Capitals money. 82% of tickets, 76% of handle going to the Caps. 18% of ticket count, 24% of the money going to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs just 2-7 over their last 9. And the Caps have been on a little bit of a heater. 5-1 their last 6 games, 4-1 their last 5 at home. But listen, they haven't fared well against Toronto. Toronto has taken 9 of the last 12 meetings between the Capitals. And when these two teams meet in Washington, the Maple Leafs have won 5 of the last 6 meetings, total dominance. 6 of the last 8 for the Maple Leafs on the road have went over the total. I'm grabbing the Maple Leafs plus at R30 today on the money line. That's the best price I found. I like that. So I like the Maple Leafs plus 130, Islanders minus at R40, and I like putting the Vegas Golden Knights there in your money line parlay with the Philadelphia Eagles. Click that like, hit subscribe. Let's keep trucking. I also had the Minnesota Wild plus at R55. Winnipeg Jets at the Carolina Hurricanes. Now the Canes are laying 225 plus 185 on the comeback for the Jets. 82% ticket count, 66% of the handle going to the Canes. 18% ticket count, 34% of the handle going to the Winnipeg Jets in this one. Now, Winnipeg 3-7 over their last 10. Carolina 2-4 over their last 6. When these two teams have met in Carolina, the Hurricanes have taken 4 of the last 5 games. The Winnipeg Jets have played to the over 6 of their last 7 overall and 4 of their last 5 on the road. Head-to-head, the overs cashed 5 of the last 7. And Carolina's also been an over team. 9 of their last 11 at home have went over the total. When these two teams also play in Carolina, Hurricanes have a 4-1 advantage. Again, I would look to over in some kind of alt total. 41% ticket count, 89% of the money going to the over. Other than that, going to be a pass for me. Pittsburgh Penguins at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets laying at R40. Plus 120 on the comeback for the Pens. 50-50 as far as the ticket count. But the money, totally lopsided. 75% Penguins, 25% to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Penguins, 1-5 their last 6 on the road and 1-4 their last 5 versus Columbus. Penguins are also just been on a downward spiral overall. 2-5 their last 7. Columbus not much better. 1-4 over their last 5. The under is cashed 7 of the last 10 games at home for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Kind of hard to make a case for either team right now. Penguins 11-6-5 straight up, 16-6 on the puck line. Again, Columbus is the favorite, plus 2.5 alt goals. Something to look for the Penguins. Blue Jackets 11-9-4, 14-10 on the puck line. Both of these teams 5-3-ish as far as on the road at home. Now, they just played in Pittsburgh a month ago, 5-4 in a shootout. The Blue Jackets won that one. Penguins, we talked about that. They got to win their last time out against Buffalo, breaking a 2-game losing streak. Columbus is on a 3-game losing streak themselves. I'm not betting the game again. Alt puck line plus 2.5 in your parlay. If I was playing the game, I would take the plus 120 with the Pens, but just going to be a stay away for me. 2 games left on the board. Chicago Blackhawks welcome the Nashville Predators. Minus 115 for the Blackhawks. Minus 105 for the visiting Predators. You're over under 5.5. 83% ticket count, 76% of the handle to the over. 17% ticket count, 24% of the bets to the under. Now, as far as the side, 75% ticket count, 85% of money is on the Blackhawks. 25% ticket count, 15% of the money is on the Preds. Predators 7-1 their last 8 versus the Blackhawks, but 1-7 their last 8 on the road. When these two teams play in Chicago, Predators have been even more dominant. They've taken 6 of the last 7. Now, Chicago cooled off a bit, 6-12 their last 18 at home, 1-4 their last 5 overall. When you look into this, Blackhawks 10-8-5 straight up, 18-5 on the puck line they've been this year. Predators, though, like we talked about, 8 of the last 10, 4-game losing streak for the Blackhawks. So where the Blackhawks were looking so good, they've kind of reverted back despite all the trends where the Predators have dominated the Blackhawks. I like the Blackhawks in a short price to bounce back today. Blackhawks minus 115 is the lean. We'll go over all the plays at the end of this game. Utah Mammoth and the Dallas Stars is the nightcap. Utah plus 115 is a road dog. Minus 135 are the Stars at home. Stars are getting 80% of bets, 65% of the handle. Mammoth are getting 20% of bets, 35% of the handle. Now your over-under sets at 5.5, 79% ticket count, 85% of the money to the over. 21% ticket count, 15% of the handle to the under. Dallas has taken 10 of the last 11 games versus the Mammoth, and the Mammoth 3-8 straight up their last 11 games as to where Dallas 5-2 their last 7 at home, 8-2 their last 10 overall. I love the Stars today. Dallas Stars minus 135 is going to be a play. So official plays, Dallas Stars minus $1.35. Toronto Maple Leafs, it's up to $1.36 at DraftKings, plus 136 is second play. Islanders, minus $1.40 is the third play. Fourth play on the day, Knights, Philadelphia Eagles, moneyline parlay, minus 105. In the fifth play, Minnesota Wild, plus 155 to snap the streak of the Avalanche. Click that like, hit subscribe, Break the Board Sports, where we help you become a better handicapper. God bless and happy handicapping.